Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're making a Dutch baby with lemon and passion fruit curd. To start this dish, we're going to make our curd. So I have a stick of unsalted butter, that's 8 tablespoons or half of a cup. Just chopping this into smaller little cubes so it melts easier over our double boiler. I have a pot of simmering water on the stove and a heat-proof bowl that's large enough to fit on top, making sure that water doesn't touch the bottom of the bowl. While the butter is melting, we can crack open 3 large eggs. We're just going to use a fork to whip this all up, and then we're going to pass it through a strainer. We don't want any stringy bits in our curd, and this is going to help prevent that from happening. Anything that's left over in your strainer, you can just throw away. We also need lemons, so I'm using 3 Meyer lemons here. If you can't find Meyer lemons, just use regular lemon. I like Meyer lemons because they're a little floral and a little sweeter. I'm just using my microplane to get all that gorgeous zest off, being careful not to get any of that white pith. Now that we've rendered our lemons naked, we can give these a little roll because we need the juice from all 3 of these lemons as well. And it's hard to tell from the camera, but these are almost slightly pink inside. To juice the lemons, I'm using a strainer and a citrus reamer. You could use a citrus press as well. I just find a reamer is the best tool to get the most juice out of your fruit. I'm also using the strainer to catch any seeds that might want to fall in. I don't know why, but the smell of lemons just reminds me of spring and warmth and sunshine, and just the scent from this has made my whole apartment happier. We also need some passion fruit, so I have 4 little passion fruit here. The more wrinkly they are, the better. If you have larger ones, you could cut this down to 3. But once you cut these open, you see this gorgeous, tart, citrusy tropical pulp. So we want to scoop all of that out, seeds and all, because the seeds are edible. And we are just going to transfer that over to a small bowl. And now we are ready to move over to the stove and start making our curd. So you can see the butter is melted really nicely. I'm just going to give this a little whisk. Now I'm going to add in our eggs, our lemon juice and our lemon zest, the pulp of our passion fruits, a cup of sugar, and I'm going to add a pinch of salt. Salt just rounds out all the flavors. It emphasizes the tartness of the lemon and the passion fruit and the sweetness of the sugar. Now I'm going to whisk this for 15 minutes over this double boiler. It needs some babysitting. We don't want scrambled eggs. And you're going to notice the colors start to change. It's going to get a little paler, a little creamier as this starts to cook and thicken up. So after 15 minutes, we're going to test this, and as long as it coats the back of a spoon, we're good to go. This is going to thicken the more it cools. At this point, give that a taste and add a little bit more salt if you want to heighten those flavors a little bit more. Be careful taking this off the water. You don't want to burn yourself from the steam. We're going to let that cool for a second before we tip this into a sterile jar. I'm going to leave this jar on the counter to bring this to room temperature before I pop it in the fridge. And then tomorrow we can make our Dutch baby. I've actually never made one before because it's always intimidated me, but trust me, this is easier than you think. Now it's the next day, so to the pitcher of my blender, I've added 1 cup of warm milk, and we're gonna add 4 room temperature eggs. Now it's important for these 2 ingredients to be room temperature for the batter to rise and puff. If you've forgotten to take out your eggs, just roll them around some hot water, and you can always microwave your milk if you forgot to take that out. Now we're going to add in a half cup of sugar, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract or vanilla paste, whatever you have on hand, and also a pinch of salt. And we're going to blend this up really nicely until this all homogenizes and we get this lovely loose batter. Just go in halfway through, scrape down those sides so we don't get any hidden flour pockets. You should be preheating your oven to 400 degrees at this time. I'm also preheating my cast iron skillet at the same time. So now that the batter is ready, carefully pull that cast iron out of your hot stove Add in 8 tablespoons of butter. This seems like a lot. It is. You could cut this down to 5 if you wanted to. All the ingredients for this will be listed in the description box below with some options. So because we've preheated the cast iron along with the stove, we shouldn't have to turn on any heat and that butter should melt pretty quickly. Once it's melted and gotten all foamy, we want to roll this around because we want the butter to coat the sides. Now we can pour in our batter and we're going to bake this in the oven for 20 minutes, but don't open that oven door. You don't want your Dutch baby to deflate. After 20 minutes, you're going to be rewarded with this beautiful German pancake, and it is going to deflate slowly as it cools down. Now to plate, I like to dust on a little confectioner's sugar. We're going to add some fresh fruit. I happen to have some blueberries, but any fresh fruit will do. I'm just garnishing over to the side. You can garnish your Dutch baby however you want. If you don't like fruit, just leave that off. You could serve this with maple syrup as well. It's completely up to you. I've sliced up a little bit of lemon for a little extra garnish. We can add a little mint for a pop of green and some color. And last but not least, we definitely need to add in a large dollop of our lemon and passion fruit curd. We're going to finish this off with one more dusting of powdered sugar. So to serve this, just cut it into sections and plate it up. But since this is just me and my partner, I am going to taste test this right out of my cast iron skillet because I want it to be piping hot. Look at this fluffy, gorgeous interior. The pancake itself is not too sweet. It's eggy and custardy and soft and supple. Let's try it with our curd and a little blueberry. That lemon is bright and bracing in the best way possible. The passion fruit adds this tropical flavor to it, and you get the little pop from the passion fruit seeds. I am so glad I finally got the nerve to make this because it couldn't have been easier, and the end result is worth every single second. This is so fast and easy to make. It would be perfect for Easter brunch or anytime you want to make something special for yourself. And I could keep eating this entire thing, but I will go serve some to my partner. But there it is, Dutch baby with lemon and passion fruit curd. I hope you all try to make this. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, give it a like. If you loved it, subscribe and hit that notification bell because I put out new videos every Thursday. Thank you again, and until next time, happy cooking.
Oh my God, this is unbelievable. Oh, I am making this again.